So in our study of one, this time, of the 3 books that I've been looking at, I'm going to be looking at Designing Your Life by Bill Burnett and Dave Evans. And this is the book by the guys from the Stanford Design School about how to design your life like you're a designer, if you would be designing a new kind of vacuum cleaner or teapot or something. We already looked at the first part of chapter 2, which is all about designing your work, but I want to look at that second section, designing your life. It's in the chapter titled Building a Compass. And the whole idea behind this chapter is to really look at what you believe work is, which was what I talked about in the last video. But today I'm going to talk about what the meaning of life is for you. That is amazingly big. What is the meaning of life? Here's why you can figure this out. Because the meaning of life is different to every single individual. Your meaning of life is going to be different from the meaning of life of someone else. It could be even someone you know as well as your identical twin, and you would have some similarities, but you would each still have a different meaning to your life based on your experiences as well as your background and your genetics and all of that other stuff. So one of the things that they do here in this book is they give you a series of questions about your life, and it's called the Life View Reflection. And here are the questions. Now these are big, so don't get overwhelmed, and all there is for you to do is think about them. And they ask you to write 250 words on the whole section, not on each individual question. But if you can put 250 words to answering all of these questions, then you are going to have a head start on knowing what you believe about life. Here are the questions. Why are we here? What is the meaning or purpose of life? I told you these were big questions, y'all. What is the relationship between the individual and others? Where do family, country, and the rest of the world fit in? It's a big one. What is good and what is evil? Is there a higher power, God, or something? And the last thing is like tacked on there. A higher power, God, or something. Oh, wait. Here's the rest of the sentence. Is there a higher power, God, or something transcendent? And if so, what impact does this have on your life? What is the role of joy, sorrow, justice, injustice, love, peace, and strife in life? Believe it or not, I actually tried to answer these questions, and I'm not going to give you all of my answers to these questions, but I am going to show you some of them. Why are we here? Here's my answer. There's a lot of scribbling in this answer too, so clearly I had some struggle with it. We are spiritual beings here to experience corporeal life and expand the universe and explore and grow consciousness through challenge. I have no idea where that came from. I must have just finished meditating. And in the section where the question is, what is the meaning and purpose of life? The meaning and purpose of life, as I told you earlier, is different for different people. So I have a meaning and purpose of life that works for me, but yours could be totally different. For me, it's play, love, and experience. And I think that has worked for me for many, many years. And for you, there could be something totally different that comes out of your own experience. Doesn't make either one of us right or wrong. It's just, what is the meaning that you ascribe to life that works for you in your decision making? Is there a higher power, God, or something transcendent, not God or something? And if so, what impact does this have on my life? Well, this is a struggle for me because I do believe there's a higher power. I was raised in the Presbyterian church, so I have this as my experience and background, but I have 2 kids who are Jewish, 1 kid who's an astrology guy, and 1 kid who's still Presbyterian, and I'm somewhere off in the ether because I'm not really sure what I believe anymore. But there is a higher power. I do believe that. but each of us may be integrally connected to it, and it is God for some, but we may all be surprised that it's nothing like what we expected, or perhaps it is powerful enough to be all things to all, and I said dead people. Okay, so these journal entries that you make on these questions, you don't have to share these. I'm just sharing mine as an example, and I'm not trying to say that I got it right. Don't know that I did, but I got it right for me for now. These could all change over time. And that's the thing that I think we all have to get. As you're answering questions and looking at your life and discerning for yourself what the meaning of life is for you, you might find as you're doing it that it changes, and it changes over time. And that's okay. None of this should be inscribed in stone. We really don't, any of us want to get stuck in some idea that we had when we were 12 or 15 or 23 about what life means, that we're stuck with for our entire lives, because that doesn't leave any room for growth and discovery. It may be that you do continue to believe similar things as you believed when you were much younger, and that's okay too, but you have more evidence to support that belief. Or it could be that the life experience you have causes you to want to explore other possibilities, and that's fine as well. So don't get stuck thinking there's one way. And also don't get stuck in thinking that your way is the one way, although I know that is entirely possible. A lot of people get told that from the church pulpit. I'll tell you something that my Presbyterian professor told me when I was in college. He was my philosophy professor who happened to be a Presbyterian minister. And someone in my class asked him about Jews. What was going to happen to the Jews? Now, this is a question that I never thought I'd have to think much about, but of course now I have Jewish relatives, Jewish kids, and I'm very intrigued by the Jewish religion, so this was an interesting conversation. He said, "Don't worry about the Jews. They've got a contract. It doesn't have anything to do with you." And I think that's something we need to hang on to. It's like that buffet table that I talked about, I think, in the first video. Don't worry about what anybody else is eating. You're not the food police. You're not the religion police. You're not the spirituality police, and you're not the life police. You are in charge of you, and that's the only person that you really have power to change or to control. You do you, and you let everybody else do themselves. And when you get to that buffet table, if you don't like pudding, then don't take the pudding. If you don't like black olives, eat something else. If you're vegan, eat the vegetables. If you're carnivorous, eat the roast. But don't spend a lot of time looking at the buffet table and judging how other people are choosing. That actually, in so many ways, can lead to a really ineffectual and frustrating life. Look at how you do you. Spend less time thinking about how other people are doing their lives, and enjoy where your life takes you. Enjoy being curious. Enjoy experimenting and exploring. And take on looking to see what it is that you really do believe. Because we're all different, and there's plenty of room for all of us. Thanks so much for watching. And by the way, while you're watching, if you think about it, please do subscribe to my channel. If you subscribe, it will help me grow my channel, and I can add more videos, and I'll have more time to explore. And after I'm finished with these 3 books, I can take on some other books. And if you're interested in following along and you're a seeker like I am, then we'll study these books together. It'll be a lot of fun. But remember, this is a study of one. So you do it your way, and I'll do it mine. Subscribe. Thanks for watching.